Hi, everyone. My name is Steve Bollar, and I'm a former principal here in New Jersey. And now what I do is I work with schools around the country on how to improve climate culture, maximize leadership, and develop ideas that work. So during this Principal Appreciation Month, I'm here to give you a little Zen in 10 minutes of some motivation, some ideas that help you continue to do what it is that you do, which is help and move forward these wonderful, amazing schools here in New Jersey. So let me just start off by talking about the importance of what it is that we want to do. We want to move our schools in a direction so that we're constantly seeing the results that we want to see. We want to wrap all of your staff and the community around the vision that you have for your school. Now, as we all know, a vision that you have for your school is a compelling picture of the future. You have in your mind what it is that your school can be. You have in your mind what it is that they can do and the greatness that can come out of it. But here's the thing about your vision. A vision means nothing if nobody else sees it. A vision means absolutely nothing if no one else sees it. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to make sure that everyone else sees the vision that you have for your school. And how do you make that happen? How do you make that work? Number one, you need to go out of your way to make sure you are constantly putting forward what that vision is in front of everyone. You're constantly talking about it. You're highlighting when you are moving closer to that vision. You're recognizing other staff and students and community when they're doing things that move you closer to that vision. And it doesn't just happen at the beginning of the year. It happens halfway through the year, near the end of the year, all the time. You are a cheerleader for that vision. Now, there's something I always say about vision. A vision excites my future, but frustrates my present. Let me say that again. A vision excites my future, but frustrates my present. That's right. You're excited about the future. You're excited about that vision that you're sharing with everyone. But right now, you're frustrated. You're frustrated. It's a little upsetting because you're not there yet. But the goal is this, to use that frustration as motivation to keep you moving in the direction that you need to go. And that motivation is why and what it is that's going to keep you excited to continue to push that vision in front of everyone else. Now, here's the thing. I know, I get it. A lot of times we have this great vision. We want great things from our staff, but they're not moving in that direction. That's the difference between your staff having simply a compliance mindset versus a commitment mindset. That's right, compliance versus commitment, right? Now, I get it. We're all in education. Compliance is important. Compliance is important. We have to have compliance. Shoot, there's people that have jobs, that's their job, compliance officers. We live in compliance. Special ed, we understand you. But here's the thing. When you think of the word compliance, as it relates to your school, what kind of words come to mind? What kind of words come to mind? I'll take a second here. Think about that. That's right. These are the words that come to mind. Rules, regulations, policy, standards, laws, requirements, transparency. Now, as I said before, there's nothing wrong with compliance. You have to have compliance. You have to know where the bar is, what your expectations are. But if we're trying to move our school to that vision where you want it to be, you got to be more than just compliant. Because I don't know about you, but I've been in a lot of schools around this country. I have yet to see one school be outrageously successful just being compliant. Have you? Have you seen any organization, not just a school, any organization be outrageously successful just being compliant, right? Now, I don't know about you, but compliance, it is accomplishment. But to me, compliance is a low level of accomplishment. It's a lower level of accomplishment. It just means this is the bare minimum. I do this, I can check it off the list and get by. Isn't that what you think it is? I mean, look, I was a building principal. I get it. How many times, and raise your hand, I know you're probably sitting in your office watching this. You can raise your hand by yourself. How many times have you had an evaluation of staff, all right? Evaluation of staff, and then they come into the evaluation after it was all done, and they have a checkoff list, right? They are compliant. I did this, I did this, I did this, I did this. I should be high effective. There you go. And you're sitting there like, honey, no, it's not just that. just because you're compliant, that means that you're doing the basic. Yes, kids are learning. Yes, they're doing what is necessary, but we need to move people beyond just the compliance level, don't we? We as educators, we want to get them to that vision. We want to be able to make sure that they're there. Compliance is fine, but we want to get them to commitment. When they're committed, now you got something. Now you have something that's happening. Now, once again, I want you to think of some words. What words come to mind when you hear the word commitment? Go ahead, take your time with it. Exactly. Those words come to mind. Commit, trust, value, engagement, faithfulness, trust, agreement, values, dedication, loyal, promise, oath. Now, I don't know about you, gang. I don't know about you, but if someone was to mention my school, I would much rather have words like that: vow, dedication, commitment, faithfulness, than have words of compliance, transparent, rules, law. Now, don't get me wrong, compliance, we need it, but I'd much rather have people committed. Wouldn't you? Wouldn't that move people closer to the vision of what it is that you want to see? Right? That's what's the difference. That's how you get that. That's how you showcase what it is. Now, here's the great thing about this. When you have people who have moved to to commitment, compliance takes care of itself. And you know this, compliance will take care of itself. You don't have to worry about compliance because you have people who are committed. Now, let's move to the next level of this. The next level is, how do we get people there? How do we get them committed? How do we make sure that that commitment is there? Now, I understand, as an educator, there are times we're going to make mistakes. There are times that we're going to do things that are off key. There are times that we are going to think we're doing one thing and it's not the right thing and we should have done it differently, and it really messes it up. And therefore, we don't have people who are willing to move from compliance to commitment. I get that. Because one of the number one things that we all say, whenever we're making a plan or we're making a design, we're moving people towards the vision, we say, how do we get people on board? How do we get them committed? How do we finally get them there? And I'm letting you know right now, I got the solution. I got the thing that's going to help. All right. The way that that's going to help is one way. All right. Integrity. Integrity. Integrity is the way that you can move people from compliance to commitment. And integrity is also the way that will allow you to forgive yourself when you've made a mistake. Integrity is the thing that's going to develop a culture and climate within your school based off of the leader, you, providing that level of influence over everyone else around you. Now, here's the thing with integrity. The definition of integrity, my definition, is not what you say or do and no one else is looking. Definition of integrity is a set of beliefs, values, and actions that other people can depend on. Other people need to depend on these beliefs, values, and actions that you have. And your beliefs and values are connected directly to what? Your vision. And then you act them out. So what do? Here are the 4 things that you need to do to maximize and protect your integrity. Number 1, keep your promises. If you got a promise, you keep that promise. You promise on your big events, big things, right? Second thing you're going to do is you're going to speak out for what you believe in. If what you believe in, you need to say something, and especially if it's connected to your vision and what it is that you want. I already told you you're going to say your vision and you're going to repeat it multiple times. Speak out for what you believe in, because as a leader, they're listening to everything that you say and everything that you don't say. Number 3, err on the side of fairness. Be fair. Be fair in your decisions. And I know I'm going to take it to another level. Not only be fair in your decisions with others, be fair to yourself. Are you one of those leaders that says, give it to me, I'll just do it. It's easier if I do it. Say, give it to me. You're not empowering other people. And now you have all this on your shoulders and you can't do the best that you can, or you're giving everything to the school and you're not giving enough for home. You got to be fair to yourself. And number 4, do what you say you're going to do. And this is your daily task. If you say you're going to be there at 2 o'clock, be there at 2 o'clock. You say you're going to be there at 1, be there at 1. You're going to follow up, follow up. So you tell me this as I wrap up. If you're moving people from compliance to commitment, you're increasing your level of integrity, you're moving people so they can see your vision, and you are always keeping your promises, you're constantly speaking out for what you believe in, you are fair to others and yourself, and you can always do what it is you say you're going to do, will people start moving from compliance to commitment? You better believe it. Are you going to move closer to that vision? You better believe it. And is your stress level going to go down because you're giving yourself fairness? You better believe it. And you can start forgiving yourself when you make those little mistakes. I'm telling you what, that's what it's all about, gang. My name is Steve Bollar, also known as Stand Tall Steve. There is your Zen in 10, quick 10 minutes to get you guys feeling good. You guys are great. Make it through. Maximize your level of integrity. Maximize it. Make it the best ever. Thanks a lot.